Everybody, this is Sean Speaks. I want to invite you to think with me on my walk as I discuss what I call the three stories of our existence, a journey through three intertwined narratives we each have: my story or your story, the stories of others, and life's own chronicle. These stories form a nexus of shared experience where the vast tapestry of each of our existence comes into a clear and vivid view. My story, or your story, is a testament to the power of self-perception. It's a gentle reminder that how we choose to view ourselves and the world around us can become the proverbial box that either limits us or liberates us. Isn't that the reason why a lot of us think of ourselves only as the player, but not an owner? The narratives we tell ourselves and those that we choose to accept from others play a significant role in shaping our world. Take, for instance, the journey of a close family member of mine. His story revolved around a battle with alcoholism, a personal struggle that had him in its grips each week from Friday evening to Sunday, only to release him on Sunday night just in time for him to recuperate, recover for another week of work starting on Monday. His narrative took a turn, however, when he lost his family due to his addiction. This period of pain and loss sparked a profound transformation in him. He found solace in Alcoholics Anonymous, and he turned to religion for strength and guidance. His new narrative hinged on his faith in Jesus Christ and the teachings of the Bible. His decision to give his life to Christ gave him hope and a sense of purpose. However, this newfound religion also led him down a path fraught with more restrictions, similar to those he experienced while in the clutches of alcoholism. His spiritual journey led him to make a significant investment in founding a church. He used his personal credit to finance the property acquisition for the church. But despite his dedication and substantial financial contributions, the religious authorities deemed him unfit to be a pastor due to his previous marital status. So someone basically said, you can be a player, but you can't be an owner. And he believed them. This judgment by others added another layer of restrictions to his narrative that was not dictated by life's overriding control. Let me repeat that. This judgment by others added another layer of restrictions to his narrative that was not dictated by life's overriding control. After years of faithfully paying off the church's mortgage, he was eventually granted the property's deed. However, he was convinced to transfer the deed into the church's name only, believing this action was in line with divine directives. He complied, only later to find out that the church's name was owned by the pastor. This pastor was deemed more suitable for leadership according to religious and biblical guidelines. Since he had only been married once, and my family member had been married before, and that prior marriage ended in divorce instead of death. There was some rule in the church that said, or the Bible, that said a man couldn't be a pastor unless he only had one wife, and they interpreted that to mean that he could not have gotten a divorce. This disheartening turn of events echoed the limitations he faced during his struggle with alcoholism, and let me show you how. Just like alcoholism manipulated him out of his mental clarity and time over the weekend, religion manipulated him out of his wealth and financial legacy. Despite later realizing that he had been manipulated out of his property that he paid for mostly, the intricate legalities and the significant passage of time rendered it impossible to undo the wrong that was done. His story teaches us an important lesson about the power of narratives, the power of stories. He found himself constricted by the narratives imposed on him by others, which resulted in his life story's progression being limited. Despite his awakening to the truth that he was duped by unchecked belief, it was too late. We could not reverse what had happened. As I reflect on his journey, I am led to question, particularly in the context of the African American Black community, why do we often believe that the only route to an improved life hinges upon conversion to institutionalized religion? Why do we subject ourselves to dogmatic rules that limit us rather than liberate us? Is it a subconscious conditioning imprinted by the shackles of our historic past that we have yet been able to shake off? Or is it a quest for a spiritual connection that we have been led to believe can only be found within the confines of religious institutions, most times given to us by others? I propose that life is a manifestation of three narratives: your story, that which you control to the best of your ability; the stories of others, which often can exert unseen influence that is not always for your benefit; and life's story, a grand tale that unfolds independently of our wills. Life's story is an ever-changing masterpiece, a dance of day and night, life and death, rain and snow, sorrow and joy. It is a grand backdrop against which all individual narratives and those of others intersect, interact, and diverge. This journey of understanding these intertwined stories is a journey of self-awareness. It is about realizing that while we may be actors on the stage of life, we do not always have to be subservient to the stories crafted by others for us. We don't have to remain just the players. We can be the owners too. We have the power to navigate through the limitations and restrictions and to write our own story, a narrative that reflects our true selves and aspirations. As we continue our journey through life, let us strive to remain conscious of these narratives. Let us strive to write our own stories filled with lessons from the past, but never confined by them, inspired by stories of others, but never dominated by them, and even encouraged by religious ideas, if you so choose, but never bamboozled by them. As we do this, we gain new perspectives on life stories, the grand narrative that forms the backdrop of our own personal experiences. If you have ever had a family member, or even if you have been duped by religious dogmas, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment. If you would like to connect with me and read or listen to more of my content, be sure to subscribe to SeanSpeaks.org and also follow me on the social platform that you're listening to me on. This is Sean Speaks, and remember, brain health is mental wealth. Ashe.